Nice. That's it. Hello, everyone. That's what you have.
Hello.
Yeah, Tavon and Dominic here. That's reporting to you.
Yeah, man. How y'all doing?
So this is our second venture down this podcasting or vodcasting life. I'm reporting in from areas of Carroll County, Maryland, is where my semi studio is, and got.
Yeah, I'm up in South Carolina, close to Charlotte. We'll leave it.
That's it. But yeah, the thing we went over that in our last podcast is, for those who missed it, called "Moving On." It goes over kind of our backgrounds and where we're from and where we're looking to go, hopefully in the future. So hopefully everybody can have a chance and check that out, and you get to hear about Bojangles and some more fun stuff during that conversation.
Some more stuff. Yeah, boy, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Please believe it.
That's it. So on the show we just want to go over topics that like the two of us pretty much go over or just talk during everyday life and put some of that out and to the rest for the rest of the world to be able to hear and kind of hear our input on either if it's tech things or could be like we have F1 season about to start back up.
Mm-hmm.
And so those
Yes.
will be some
Can't
conversations
wait.
coming
Cannot
up in
wait.
the future. So actually, I'm working my way through season 2 now of F1 on Netflix. So when I get to season 3, so the next season should be coming out pretty soon. Then before.
It should, but a lot of I was reading a lot of articles, man. A lot of the guys won't. They're not doing it this
Oh.
year. For whatever reason. Yeah, a lot of them are not going to do it this year. So I know that they're going to still have it, but it's not going. A lot of the names, like the big names, like I don't think Lewis is getting into it. So Lewis
Oh,
Hamilton. I don't
okay.
think Max Verstappen is getting into it.
Oh
So
wow.
especially how the controversial end, which we'll
Yeah,
talk about
yeah,
it
yeah.
another
We'll
time.
say that we'll say
You know
that
what
for
I
another show.
mean?
But
We'll
yeah,
say that for another
yeah.
time. But yeah, he's not getting in it either. So I mean, if me personally, I would have got in it so I could have defended myself. But I don't know. Everybody's a little different. Everybody's a little different.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get through season 2 and then work on season 3 and then maybe next week we can have a whole show just dedicated to F1 and
Yeah,
talk about all the controversies that's going on there since you've been in that space for quite a while now.
yeah.
But yeah, so kind of format that we're gonna kind of want to go with here is like each of us have a story or two that we want to kind of talk about that we saw during the week and if something that pique our interest and we can it's definitely something other people might be interested in and we can bring it up or even just some useful information coming from a different perspective on the tech field and like a different community, I would say. It's how it affects us or like you and your family and like how we always have family members who come to us and ask us like, hey, can you do this for me or can you set this up or so that we're kind of the resident tech guys of the respective families, so for both sides, for the in-laws and for our our own immediate mother and father side of the family as well. But yeah, so
Right.
it's pretty cool, But yeah, so I guess I'll go ahead and jump right into it. One of the stories that piqued my interest was we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier was the USB Type C DeWalt new handheld tools that are coming out, and so DeWalt is coming out with a set of handheld tools that's not really they're not really like the full on drill like you used to drill through or concrete and stuff like that. Like this is for kind of like a lighter job, I would say. Like probably just screwing in like your regular electric screwdriver, stuff like that. And
Right. I was going to ask you, is it like an electric screwdriver or something?
yeah,
Like on that line.
yeah. So it's
Okay.
like they had. I wonder if I can. Let me see if I can actually share that screen here of the electric tool that I have, and let's see if I bring it up with what they kind of have for that battery pack, which is pretty cool. Hopefully they will adopted for some of their other tools, because one of the things that I is kind of like a crutch for any of those power tools is the proprietary chargers and batteries. Like, you and I, we had a conversation last week about the snowblower that I received, and like, how it didn't ship with a battery with it. So I didn't get a chance to tell you this.
Or charger.
Yeah,
right?
It didn't ship with the charger or the battery. So I ended up actually ordering a battery and a charger for it. And it looks like the same one that they had on their website, and it looks like Ryobi has one too. And the battery that came in, it was the same brand, but it didn't fit the snowblower. It was a totally different battery. So I had to reorder another battery that also was more expensive than the one that I initially purchased, and that one does fit, but I didn't order the charger just in case that battery didn't fit either.
Right, exactly.
And so I had to buy 2 of those batteries in order to get the snowblower working, or because they were out of the 5-watt batteries, that 100-volt 5-watt batteries. They didn't carry. They said they were completely sold out. So it's been one of those things. But if the batteries have USB-C in it, and with these, they said they will take your standard like laptop USB-C charger. With it'll support charging it. So like that would come through very helpful.
35, 65 watt maybe. Yeah, I guess, right? Like standard, like you said, the USB type C chargers that they have out there, like usually like 35, 65 or something.
Like what the Apple one is 100 was 100 watt for the Pro.
Oh,
so like like that one, like
it's Apple.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I would imagine it would be faster, but it probably still won't be as fast as like the one that they have, that the proprietary ones that have like the fan and it spins up and it'll help cool it off at the same time. But it would be helpful in cases like this for the everyday consumer, like so you don't have to go out searching for batteries. Or search for chargers for the battery.
I mean, I think that's actually pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, like you said, you think about just the tools that you would need, right? Like, like I know for a fact, if I had like the electric screwdriver, that'd be perfect, right?
Yeah.
You're thinking like, oh, household items, right? Tightening up a cabinet, screwing in something that you can hang on the wall, something along those lines, tightening up something that might have just, popped out, or just need to be a little fastened a little bit. I think that's a great idea. You know what I mean? Like now, DeWalt's one of those, reputable companies too that, I would trust. The only thing that's going to, kind of deteriorate me is a little bit is like, what does that price look like that they're going to come out with? You know what I mean? DeWalt is a premium brand. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not saying that not saying that it's not affordable or they don't stand by their product or anything like that. I'm just saying that, it's, if I'm paying just as much as I'm paying for a drill, I'm probably just going to go buy.
Just going to buy the full one. Yes, yeah.
Right now. That's just me. That's just me. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm just
Well, hopefully
who knows? But that definitely is something that that did pique that you brought up, that definitely piqued my interest, because like I said, right now I got a drill in my house and I'm like I want to leave that out in the garage, but I can't. You know what I mean? Because certain things I might need to tighten up, or like as we said in the previous podcast, I just moved here, so it's still additional things that I have to have set up. But that big drill is taking up space, like wherever I'm putting it at. But if I had a USB Type C device or something small, I think that'll be really good.
Yeah.
So the only thing is
that price point. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. So hopefully that price point comes out and they're not hitting us over the head with it, and then hopefully the technology progresses far enough to where, in the future you only have to worry about that. Like the top of the line drill it'll have the USB-C, if anything, as a backup, at least to, like if you want to charge multiple things at the same time, you can use the charger stand for one thing, and then you can use the USB-C to just charge charge up a saw or something like that at the same time, and like overnight where you're not using the tool. So
right.
Yeah.
Now, did they come up with any? Did they actually on that article? Did they actually clarify like what tools they're going to try to bring out first? Like like is it an electric screwdriver? Is it a saw? Is it Dremel? Like I mean, I didn't.
Yeah. So
it didn't seem like they clarified too much on the site.
Yeah. So no. So on this, they don't have too much on there for right now. but some of the other images that I've seen out there was like it was like I guess it's kind of like an electric scissor. Like the Ryobi has like the electric scissor, kind of thing there. And then, so I saw the
cutting your boxes open quick.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's like, I just rely on a handy pair of keys to still continue.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, me too, bro. Me too, bro.
So, but
yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I can see. I don't know if they want to come out with electric scissors first, man. I can see all types of accidents going wrong with that.
Yeah, that's
somebody wasn't paying attention.
Yeah,
electrically cut their hand off, like, or finger off, because it is DeWalt. So.
Yeah. It's going to be premium. It's going to be sharp. And it's going to work well when you first out the box.
It's going to work well. Exactly. Cutting your finger off, take you to the emergency room. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but yeah. So like, right now they have it's like a line of batteries. So like those batteries, I assume, will go into other items as they kind of build out their product line, and those batteries it's interchangeable amongst other things. So
nice. That's smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I'm all for it.
Anything. It has a
Anything.
docking station or something, like a separate dock.
Actually, it has a 65 watt charger. That comes with it, and yep, and you just plug that in. So pretty much any phone or laptop charger would essentially work for it. That'll just determine the speed of how fast it charges up. But it seems like anything USB-C that can be more standardized nowadays. I am all for it. Apple.
No, I understand, man. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what we that one holdout know who they are. So they still holding on to lightning. Still holding on.
They are still holding on to lightning. And as a person that supports them every year by buying a new phone with them or a new product with them just about every year, it's definitely something that I guess we should have a separate talk about. Like one of the separate discussion. But yeah, that's one of my complaints. But I still buy them because they're really good at what they do. So for what I need them for, like in the use case or what I need them for.
Yeah, no.
Clarify that. So.
Yeah, no. The iPhone is great. They still have the dominance in America, but. Yeah, so we could save that for a whole nother.
We can save that.
That's one whole show right there.
We'll put a pin in that one.
Yep.
Put a pin in that one for another time.
Yeah.
What else you got, man? I know you got something else.
See, so the next article that kind of piqued my interest, I'll go ahead and throw this up on the screen too. Is with the green versus blue. Green bubbles versus blue bubble. It's not Halo. Halo used to be red versus blue. So so we're talking about green versus blue here, where
green versus blue.
Where you have shared communications between was iOS and Android devices when it comes to text messages or shared emojis, I should say. Like, I'm a Pixel guy myself, and and then you're an iOS fella, and and anytime I get a message from anybody who has an iPhone, I get a disappointing reaction on my side whenever someone likes a message that I send, I'll get the reply back saying, Dominic, like your message, and so oh well, that's nice, but I don't get that warm and fuzzy feeling that if I had an iPhone that other people would get. I don't get that laughing emoji or the smiley face,
the thumbs up,
thumbs down. But Android is actually trying to kind of circumvent it until Apple kind of plays game or plays on the same field as everyone else when it comes to the RCS messaging, and so what their workaround is with those likes that where it said like Dominic liked your message. So now on my end, instead of me actually seeing that particular phrase, I would actually get the Android version of a smiley face or a thumbs up or a thumbs down. This is all still currently in beta, and I believe I can actually download this to my Pixel device. So think this weekend I'm going to try it out and see how well it works, because some people said that they like the way how it worked, or it works for them fine. Other people said that they are having issues where it's not displaying the emoji in the bubble there, or it might be something totally different than what you're expecting to see.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. Me personally, when we're in our chats, I personally am very cognizant of when that, and I try not to do it because I know certain people have Android devices. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say I ain't slip up here and there and just did it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
as a person that loves both Android and Apple, like, you know what I mean, because people out there do exist, they do love both platforms. If I have something over somebody, I'm not going to just show it off. That's just me.
Yeah.
That's how I am personally. But in that sense, man, it's very, it's 2022, man. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, it's time for these companies to just work together. Like, you know what I mean? Us as individuals have to work together to do our jobs and make life go on. We have to work together to, go to grocery stores and be cordial to one another and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's just, this is 2022, man. Like, and I get Apple loves holding on to certain things like that, but man, I mean, you can't make it this difficult for everybody else in the world, man. Like, just let people pick the hardware that they want, and they can have the experience, where it be like hardware specific to that hardware, and not actually stuff that everybody uses. Like, I mean, we talk about universal apps, right? Like, everybody uses text messages. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no reason why I should send a text message or a video message to an Android device and it comes over all choppy, or vice versa, or you know what I mean, or it's like, I mean, come on now, seriously, it's 2020.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, because you and I, we've experienced that. We've experienced that several times with videos, and just send the videos back and forth. Like, oh, it come through as very grainy, and hopefully with the whole text message format change, or like hopefully Apple and Samsung, like we mentioned, like I received some message from Samsung users where it's been grainy, or I had to download it in order for it to kind of see what they were sending. Hopefully everyone kind of gets on board with that, and everybody can have a better experience at that point.
No, yeah, I agree with you. So let me ask you a question. So basically, this is actually going to show up in the Android Messenger app itself,
Yes.
so the Google Messenger app, not the actual. So if you use the Samsung app or you use some other type of app, you're still going to see like so and so liked this.
Yes.
Right. Like, I guess we'd have to get into like a group chat to see like, okay, it'll show up on your end since you got this beta program, right? But then on the other person, it'll still show up in standard format saying like, somebody from an iOS device likes this, or somebody gave it a thumbs up or something.
So from a Samsung user standpoint, or I think any other Google user that has or Android user, if they're using their native messaging app, then I'll get that same message. But if they're using, because I have seen it where a few people who I've text messaged, where I can actually do the whole thumbs up, thumbs down, same way like iOS user can do to iOS user. And I know that they have a different phone than a Pixel 6. So in their cases, I asked them what were they using, and they were using the the blue Android messaging app that they downloaded from the App Store. And so that's how.
Which I actually prefer, me personally, I just feel like Google's always just pushing the envelope with they're always trying to me personally, not saying that they're trying to like one ahead of the other, but it's like I always had a better experience on the Android app, the Messenger app, than when I had my Samsung devices, because that's just obviously my preference. If I was to go to an Android device, it would definitely be through Samsung.
Yeah.
I just love their products, but yeah. So no, I get you. So yeah, I definitely understand that. But yeah, that's good. I'm glad that Google's answering that. You know what I mean? Because there's always one of those things where it's like, I would like to use that. So I would like to use that feature often, but I choose not to because I'm just trying to be respectful. Nobody wants to see some so and so liked your comment.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like I want to,
and it could just be easier. And then it's like it puts the whole message in.
Yes.
Like,
yeah. It's repeating the whole thing.
And it repeats the whole thing. So it's like, yeah, it's just too much. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, because I can tell you
yeah, I
from
get it.
the
But that, yeah, I'm glad Android's working on that.
yeah, I can tell you from the Android side, it kind of puts pressure on us to like when we reply back and say like, oh, like now I got to copy and paste this message because I know you're not going to get anything that I like, so I got to copy
Right.
and paste this message, and at the front of it I got to put I liked, and then
I liked.
and then paste the message, and then send it back to you.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
it's a form of pressure there that
Yeah.
Apple all the tech all the device maker giants should be able to answer for the rest of us
Should do.
us
Yeah, should do
peons.
pretty quickly. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, so so that was the two things that I wanted to bring up. Did you have anything that you wanted to?
Yeah, I had one, man. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, I had one thing that kind of piqued my interest. Don't get me wrong. There's a bunch of stuff that's out there, but one thing particularly piqued my interest, and it. I'm looking at projectors, bro. Like, I really feel like these short throw projectors are like the way of the future, at least for getting like the more bang for your buck for like screen real estate.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, if you're looking out there for projectors, man, they are ridiculously expensive. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I looked up ones. Hisense is coming out with another one, which is a dedicated 120 hertz refresh rate short throw projector, 120-inch screen,
Yeah,
right? And this thing is $12,000. Like, I'm like, wow. Like, you know what I mean?
wow.
Like, it's just like, yeah, I'm not getting that anytime soon. You know what I mean? But it's just like, it I think it's a presence because it's like that whole OLED market within in the TV fields, man. That market is still ridiculously high too.
Yeah,
And like, I feel like, as a person like, the people like me and you that have to do all this research on, getting that experience, because that experience that you see in Best Buy and whatever your native electronics store, they got those settings on the
yeah,
highest resolution,
yeah,
and they have the highest grade of certain things that are plugged into it that's actually feeding content at a higher level.
yeah.
And like, it's almost misleading to individuals because they'll go and buy some $3,000, $4,000 screen, bring it home, and they're like kind of disappointed because they're like, hey man, my screen don't look
It
like the
doesn't
one at
look like
Best
that.
Buy. It looks good, but
It
it
doesn't look
doesn't look
that
like the
good.
one at Best Buy.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, like, yeah, man. You like, so when you think about that type of stuff, man, and then you try to explain that to family members, you're like, oh, well, you bought that screen, but did you buy these HDMI cables that you need, the ones that got the gold plated tips on it
yeah, yeah. Like an
that
aluminum.
support 240 hertz refresh rate that travel through the
Yeah,
line? You're right.
platinum
Oh no,
wrapping.
I didn't buy that. Okay, well, did you buy the receiver? Right, that needs to now, only supports 4K content coming over 120 or 240,
Yeah,
hertz refresh rate that's going to your screen now. Did you buy that? No, no, I didn't buy that. Well, then you're not going to achieve like that view that you had. It's going to look good, but it's not going to be the same.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And yeah, and even still, like people like, all right, well, what do I do, right? Like they'll go and get the Netflix, or they'll look at the Disney Plus, and like, oh, we got Disney Plus, we got 4K on there, you know what I mean? Or Netflix, I got the 4K package on there,
yeah,
and it looks good. Yes, it's going to look good. It's still not going to look as good as that the one at Best Buy.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Because that you're streaming that content over the line, you know what I mean? So it's being compressed
Oh,
and rendered to your
yeah,
screen. So it's at more of a compression level that people are not aware of, and but I'm diverting from the conversation here with that. Like, it's just something that I guess that people should educate themselves on. It, that media, that source of stuff is all out there. But the thing that actually going back to the projector thing, besides Hisense, Samsung just came out with this new thing called the Freestyle, right? And it's a portable projector. Like, it's a portable projector. It looks like the size of a can. Like,
I'll
it's
throw it
like
up on the
it's
screen.
still. Yeah, I would say, yeah, if you could throw it up on the screen, because I can't share it on mine. Yeah, so this thing looks pretty legit, right? It comes in, it looks like a can. It's got like, different elements to it. It doesn't broadcast in 4K. I did look that up.
Really?
So it does do
1080.
1080,
Okay.
right? So to do 1080, it has a 5-watt speaker built into it. And they have all these other accessories, which is kind of cool, that you can kind of like there's a case. It's like for $60. You can actually put it in there, so you can actually make it portable.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah, I mean,
it's
you're in the
pretty
best spot.
modular.
Say this also, it's yeah, it's pretty modular, man. You know what I mean? And it has a micro HDMI out, so you can actually, or HDMI in, so you can actually, hook up, HDMI devices to it, so you can, what's the name? But the
Yeah.
thing also has onboard, like it has an onboard interface
Oh,
that
okay.
actually has certain apps like your Netflix and stuff already built
Oh no,
into it.
that's
And we
cool.
talking about I mean, yeah, bro, it's pretty cool. And then like you can actually just use it as a I don't know how much people do that, but basically you could use it as like a light. You could just
Yeah, I
use it
saw
as
something
just like
about
an
that.
accent light in the house. Yeah, yeah, you saw that? Like it was pretty
Yeah.
cool. Like you see, you just use it as an accent light in there, and you can have it pulse or change different
So
colors
now,
or something like that. So it could be like a little accent light.
with the light part, so is it the projector? Because I saw you put this cover on top. So is it the actual projector that's projecting that's making the light, or is it that little disc that you kind of put on top of it?
So I think so I didn't see too much of it because Samsung is not going into too much detail on it,
Yeah.
but it looks like it's just a cover.
Okay.
And I think that maybe within the app you could choose a color.
Okay.
And since it's a projector, it can mimic a color. So I'm assuming that it could just, mimic a color and go from that point, from there. So this thing also has auto leveling and
Now
autofocus
that's
too.
yeah,
So that's pretty cool because sometimes
that
yeah,
that
that's a big
yeah.
issue with the projectors, right? Because you got to get that keystone just right,
Yeah.
so the actual image would not
Yeah.
be like, you
Like
got to have it like
just
leveled and
it can
squared.
be tilted, like you're
So
looking straight on. It could be tilted back, or like this.
yeah, tilted down. You like,
Like
yeah,
why does it look
exactly.
like that? But yeah, no, that's someone who just got a projector, like myself, just got a projector this past year, and like I got a chance to learn about all of that stuff. Like I'm like this doesn't look right, and then yeah, but something that can automate that, like I'm all for it.
Yeah, yeah, you're all for it, man. Yeah, and I just looked on here now, and they have it. So Netflix, Disney Plus, Prime Video, and then they have something called Samsung TV Plus. I don't know if that's something Samsung's coming
Oh,
out with. I
okay.
guess we have to do some research on that.
Yeah.
But all those apps are pre-built into it, and then also on your actual remote control. So it's like what I mean, like a quick launch. So
Okay.
that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. It's sort of like a little small remote control that you get with it. So that's actually pretty cool, man. I'm actually like feeling it. Like will I get it? I don't know because it's like the experience that I want. Like I'm trying to build like a home theater type of experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, you just don't want to shortcut on certain things. Like I think this would be cool if it's something like you said, you out in the woods or you're going
Yeah.
camping or, what I mean, you got space in your backyard or something like that, or you could project it on a house. I don't know, siding of a house or
Yeah.
something. I think this would be ideal and it's cool. And another thing is, like I said, I guess we got to figure out too, which like I said, I haven't found anything as far as the specs on it, as far as like battery life. Like, you know
Oh,
what I
okay.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things, man. I love Samsung, but just over the last couple years, let's say like last 5 years, you know what I mean? That battery life has always been a big issue for Samsung,
Yeah.
and yeah. So
Mm.
I'll be interested to see what people are saying, as far as like you know the battery life is for it, like because what's the sense of having this and
Yeah.
you can't even watch a whole
Now, one
movie
thing
into its entirety to
yeah. Now, one thing I did see is that since it has a USB-C port on it, you can actually
Mhm.
use a portable battery with it. So
Oh yeah,
so
yeah,
with
that's
that,
true. Yep.
you could just be swapping batteries in and out, like as you're on a camping trip, or
Yeah,
just have a
that's
huge
true.
one. So
Yeah, have those 10,000, 20,000 milliamp battery packs attached to it. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. You have
I
like
get it.
like hours of fun while you're doing like while you're camping.
Yeah, right.
But no, but
Now I'm looking on here too. They have a battery base too. So apparently they're coming out with a battery base. I don't
oh,
know how
okay.
many milliamps. They're not releasing that information. So it looks like they can do that. They also have a socket adapter where you
Oh,
can
okay.
actually like plug it into like a screw it into your light bulb with that like
Yeah,
socket. So
I saw that's
I mean,
interesting.
they thought it out.
That's
They
interesting.
thought it out. Yeah, this is crazy. So okay, so this thing will range from 30-inch screen all the way to a 100-inch screen, right? But the distance away to actually cast that 100-inch screen would be 8.8 feet away.
Okay.
So whatever you would have to have this module, this freestyle, has to be 8.8 feet away from whatever the wall source would be to cast in it. 6.6 for 75 inches, 5.6 feet for a 65 inch, and it goes down from there. 4.9 feet away for a 55 inch, and the shortest one is 2.6 feet away from the wall source, and that'll give you 30 inches of screen.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it seems like they thought about a lot of stuff. One thing that I do not care for that they are, it has Alexa built in,
Yeah.
right? It has Alexa built in, and it also has Bixby built in, but no Google.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
which I don't understand because I'm like, Samsung has a more of a closer relationship with
With Google.
with the G,
Yeah.
Big G, than it does with Alexa,
Yeah.
and people just don't like Bixby. I'm
Yeah.
saying this here now, like, you know what I mean? Like, Bixby is powerful, but I don't like it. Nobody you already,
Yeah.
it's like it's no sense of you fighting when the market is pretty much owned by three right now.
Yeah.
Like, you know
Exactly.
what I mean?
Exactly.
And I'm saying a soft three because the market's owned by either Big G,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which I don't want to say because I don't want to trigger none
Yeah.
of our devices off, right? Alexa, right? Or or the HomeKit,
Yeah.
was by Siri. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
I just feel like they was a little late to the game, and I don't know why they're even pushing it on people. I really don't. Like, you know what I mean? Just let it go. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, one thing that I don't know if you see this picture that I have up right here with the with I'm curious to see how well that works, because if you see where the angle where the can is, right? Actually, let me go. You see where the can is right there.
Yeah, I can see it right there.
And then
It's on the
that's
floor.
a pretty
Somebody.
that's a pretty flat level screen right there from the angle that from the angle and height that the projector is at. It's almost as if that was a flat, like, it was
Like,
right in
yeah.
front of it, but that's clearly at an angle down low. So I'll be curious to see
I'm curious too,
to see
yeah.
how that actually works, because if it's able to do that, then that to me that's like a no-brainer for, like, for a bedroom type TV or something.
Oh no, for sure. Yeah, exactly, man. Especially, like you said, I'm just concerned about the audio.
Yeah.
You say 5 watts. I don't know.
Yeah.
that doesn't make me feel really comfortable. Like, I'm gonna hear a lot of stuff, but I'm pretty sure you can hook up other stuff. Maybe it got Bluetooth. I haven't, like I said, I know this is like there's I haven't seen anything as far as specs and seeing if it has Bluetooth in it. Maybe you could hook up like a Bluetooth speaker to it, or
Yeah. So
something like that.
yeah, I'm pretty sure
I would think.
I'm pretty sure you can probably do that externally by the way of the HDMI port. You can probably, or even maybe, I don't know if the USB-C port would deliver an outgoing. No, probably just HDMI actually. Just HDMI connection to to like a receiver, like a Bluetooth receiver, and then you could probably sub like some wireless speakers that way.
Yeah, no, it seems about right. I'm looking at it right now. It does. So it supports Bluetooth headsets.
Okay.
It supports Bluetooth audio and dual audio Bluetooth support.
Oh, no, that's good. So you got two different.
That's really good. You can have two different sources that's going into it. That'll be really, really good. Oh, it was one other thing which I thought was pretty cool too. There's a screen mirroring feature that hooks up through smart things.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do like mirroring through the DLNA feature on it, which is kind of cool. So if you have another Samsung device and it's on the same wireless network this device is actually on the same wireless network, you can actually cast whatever you're casting on that screen. You can actually mirror it into another Samsung device screen. Now, if it carries audio, I don't know. But far as like mirroring the content that you're actually projecting out and then putting it on another Samsung screen, that's actually pretty cool. Like, you know what I mean? So, hypothetically, right? Super Bowl's coming up, right? Like, you know what I mean? Super Bowl's coming up. You got an overflow room, right? You got everybody that's in what's the name, man cave, or something like that, and then you got your other room, but it has a Samsung TV in there. If you can go ahead and screen mirror from those two devices, this way you don't have to have whatever, cable going to that room. You could just mirror it from your actual projector screen. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that's definitely good. It's in the party aspect, and if you outside, and you have the can
the party
outside,
outside, yeah.
and you want to project something that's playing inside the house, inside your home.
That's what we should call it, the can.
The
That's
can.
awesome. I like how you named it. The can. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
It looks like a can. The can.
Yeah. Like you have something playing outside, and then inside the house they can be watching the same thing, or just have like, oh, it could just be screensaver, ocean backgrounds or something. Just playing.
Something like that. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, just yeah. This was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the thing of the week, man. That kind of piqued my interest. To be honest with you, I was like, no, really? 'Cause especially, like I said, I'm in the market looking for these projectors right now. Like I said, it's just. But yeah, would I still get this one? Probably not. To be honest with you, just simply because I'm looking for more of a higher resolution.
Yeah, definitely.
And this thing maxes out at 1080. And I'm not saying that it's not worth it. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about as far as like, the experience that I want. I want a more of a complete movie theater experience. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
It's going to cost some money. So,
Yeah.
saving up my money.
But no, if you're spending your hard-earned ducats, you want to make sure that you're getting a quality product that, like,
product.
You want something that, where if you have to downgrade to 1080, then that's an option. You don't want to be at 1080 and then go down from there, and after paying like $1,000 for.
Because this is $900.
Yeah, we round up to it's to.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm with you on it.
By the time
the government come in,
by the time you walk out of Best Buy, it's going to be, and they hit you with the warranty and insurance stuff like that.
Yeah,
and, be over $1,000.
Case,
yeah.
Oh, you need a case.
You want this modular battery, the proprietary battery that'll work with it, and that you're well over $1,000 at that point.
Well over $1,000 right there. At that point, you should just bought a dedicated projector.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe it'll come down. Historically, we know, you and I both know. Samsung makes awesome products, but historically, it's just they don't hold value.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So this thing will be down by Christmas.
Probably, $400. By Black Friday, it'll be down to $500.
At Black Friday, you'll get it down for $400. So like $500, $499.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. But thanks a lot, man. Like we got our first official weekend on the show. That's with our maiden voyage, and where you break the wine bottle, champagne bottle on the ship, and christen it off to sea, and. So we'll have more content coming down the pike, and other topics and talking points to come. So we'll have a lot of things in 2022 starting off.
Yeah. Oh, please believe. Yeah. They got the right ones. I'm just going to let you know that right there, because we have conversations all the time that everybody should know about.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, this is definitely, man. Thanks for extending this platform out, man. I like I said, I'm super excited, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We're
stay tuned, though. We'll definitely entertaining. We will definitely make
exactly. So can't say any better myself. So we'll go ahead and sign off, everybody. Thank you for checking us out, and see you on the next one.
All right, man. See you guys.
All right. Later.
Later.